This is TWiT.
Okay, so we got the word also that the FBI has struck back, which begs the question, how exactly?
No kidding. I would love to know how.
Yesterday's press from the U.S. Department of Justice was victoriously titled, Department of Justice seizes $2.3 million in cryptocurrency paid to the ransomware extortionists DarkSide, unquote. Now, okay, I've excerpted the interesting new parts, removing the remedial, what is ransomware bits. But here's what they said. Washington. The Department of Justice today announced that it has seized 63.7 bitcoins, currently valued at approximately $2.3 million. These funds allegedly represent the proceeds of a May 8th ransom payment to individuals in a group known as DarkSide, which had targeted Colonial Pipeline, resulting in critical infrastructure being taken out of operation. The seizure warrant was authorized earlier today by the Honorable Laurel Beeler, U.S. Magistrate Judge for the Northern District of California. Okay, so now everybody's got to get their 2 cents worth in. So we have Deputy Attorney General Lisa O. Monaco for the U.S. Department of Justice said, following the money remains one of the most basic yet powerful tools we have. Ransom payments are the fuel that propels the digital extortion engine. And today's announcement demonstrates that the United States will use all available tools to make these attacks more costly and less profitable for criminal enterprises. We will continue to target the entire ransomware ecosystem to disrupt and deter these attacks. Today's announcements also demonstrate the value of early notification to law enforcement. Let us know. They said, we thank Colonial Pipeline for quickly notifying the FBI when they learned that they were targeted by DarkSide. So now we have the FBI's Deputy Director, Paul Abbate, added, there is no place beyond the reach of the FBI.
Oh, please.
I know. You can run, but you can't hide. To conceal illicit funds that will prevent us from imposing risk and consequences upon malicious cyber actors. We will continue to use all of our available resources and leverage our domestic, and I can hear the music in the background, our domestic and international partnerships.
Oh, no, that's Get Smart. Never mind.
Good. To disrupt ransomware attacks and protect our private sector partners and the American children. Oh, I'm sorry, the American public.
Yes.
I got confused.
Too.
That was a different FBI speech.
Yes, that's right.
Acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of California, Stephanie Hines, chimed in, saying, cyber criminals are employing ever more elaborate schemes to convert technology into tools of digital extortion. We need to continue improving the cyber resiliency of our critical infrastructure across the nation, including the Northern District of California. Okay, just to name one.
Well, there's a reason, because the warrant was a subpoena to a Bitcoin exchange in Northern California. And so the thinking is they didn't crack the password or anything like that. There was a custodial wallet. The hackers didn't do a good job of securing their wallet. There was a custodial wallet, which the FBI got into, probably a Coinbase.
So they said, we will also continue developing advanced payments to improve our ability to track and recover digital ransom payments. And then finally, and this is just more nonsense.
You got to do these press releases, though. It's in the great tradition of J. Edgar Hoover. You just got to do this.
It absolutely is. So they said, as alleged in the supporting affidavit, by reviewing the Bitcoin public ledger, law enforcement was able to track multiple transfers of Bitcoin and identify that approximately 63.7 Bitcoins, representing the proceeds of the victim's ransom payment, had been transferred to a specific address. for which the FBI has the private key or the rough equivalent of a password needed to access assets accessible from the specific Bitcoin address. This Bitcoin represents proceeds traceable to a computer intrusion and property involved in money laundering and may be seized pursuant to criminal and civil forfeiture statutes. And then it continues with a bunch of self-congratulatory paragraphs, which we will skip. So your notion of there being a vulnerable public exchange is certainly, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, Leo, because I was explaining to Laura the other day, actually it was the dinner party, that while the cryptocurrency itself may be absolutely impenetrable, it's only valuable, it's only useful if you're able to move those those virtual, math coins in and out of specific currencies, if fiat currencies that exist and are useful in the real world. So that transaction to and from the real world creates a point of vulnerability.
Often, these exchanges have what they call a custodial wallet, where in effect they have the keys to your wallet so that they can move stuff in and out for you. And if that were the case and a warrant were presented to that exchange, they would say, yeah, here. So it doesn't mean the FBI cracked the wallet. It means that the hackers voluntarily handed the keys over to an exchange in order to turn it into money. Probably.
Right. So the other possibility that occurred to me without those facts is that they asked for the hackers asked for payment in Monero, which cannot be traced. Unlike Bitcoin's quite visible public transaction ledger, Monero was designed to be untraceable. But the DarkSide group indicated. Oh, also remember that the DarkSide group. They indicated that ransom could also be paid via Bitcoin for an additional 10%. So they wanted Monero,
right?
But if you can't, we'll take Bitcoin with a 10%, extra vulnerability fee. So we also know that Colonial did not bother using the decryptor provided by DarkSide, which was ended up, being given to them for free because it was too slow and buggy. But Colonial nevertheless did pay the ransom. So some have speculated that the ransom was paid along with the 10% extra for paying via Bitcoin, specifically so that the FBI could track the coin flow, which Bitcoin permits.
Ah, interesting.
What's also odd is that, as we'd covered at the time, the Eclipse folks who analyzed the Bitcoin transaction ledger and were the first to identify the wallet being used by DarkSide claimed that the ransom paid to DarkSide had been immediately transferred out of the group's wallet. So maybe it went to this exchange that you're talking about.
Had you and I used custodial wallets for our Bitcoin, we were too secure. I said, I looked at Coinbase and said, I'm not giving you my wallet.
Right. I'm not exactly.
We might still have our Bitcoin had we done that, but okay.
Yeah. Well, but on the other hand, how many times between then and now have we covered stories of exchanges being compromised? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So technically, it would mean if in fact Eclipse was right and the transaction went in and out of the wallet they identified as belonging to DarkSide, that would mean, and besides, Bitcoins are fungible. It's like saying these are the Bitcoins. Well, no, I own the number 2. You can't have number 2. I have 2, and it's like, well, wait a minute, I just wrote it down over here. No, that's my, okay, that makes no sense. So anyway, there are people who know exactly what transpired here, and they're not talking. But I'm extremely skeptical that this was, as you said, Leo, an actual breach of DarkSide's wallet. As we know, a Bitcoin wallet is an abstraction. It's simply a public key to which Bitcoins have been virtually transferred. And this virtual wallet's owner holds the matching secret private key. And a private key is an easy secret to keep. So if they had kept their wallet private key secret, no technical kung fu, will somehow magically liberate the private key from its holder. So
sometimes I wish it would, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I'd be willing to bet my dinner that social and political pressure was brought to bear directly on DarkSide, and that they were instructed in this scenario by the sorts of Russians who you don't say no to immediately transfer the entire content of their Bitcoin wallet to the following Bitcoin address, which was a wallet created by and under the control of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. And that is an absolutely plausible scenario. If, someone knocks on the door, as we've said from the beginning, the Russian intelligence services, they know exactly who the Bitcoin guys are. And so if they come knocking and say, you just stepped in a big pile of you-know-what over there in the U.S., and you need to send your money to this address, and we're going to watch the ledger to verify that you do. It could have happened that way. So not a technical win, pure and simple, behind-the-scenes political leverage applied. And
this was, by the way, that new ransomware and digital extortion task force at the DOJ that did that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're taking this stuff seriously.
Yeah. And again, when you take meat away from Americans, and when the Eastern Seaboard runs out of gas,
gets a little serious.
That gets some attention.
Yeah.
So this is not, some geek who's like, oh, well, sorry you got hacked, reload Windows. This is getting to be serious, and I'm glad for that.
Yeah.